Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're a finance leader, you already know the stakes are higher than ever. Today, we're unpacking a massive shift in the corporate landscape, record to report process outsourcing, specifically looking ahead to 2026. You aren't just keeping score anymore, right? You're expected to steer the ship. And as we're going to see today, modern R2R outsourcing has completely evolved. It is no longer just some basic cost-saving measure. It is literally the ultimate strategic lever for your entire finance function. Okay, let's dive into this executive strategic playbook for transforming your finance function. We're going to hit the strategic R2R advantage, AI and cloud ERP power, the top providers in 2026, transition phases and pitfalls, and finally, a provider evaluation checklist. Starting with Section 1, the strategic R2R advantage, transforming the back office. Because modern finance is absolutely no longer just about transactional accounting. So why exactly is R2R outsourcing a CFO's strategic priority right now? Well, think about your day-to-day. You're constantly getting hit with mounting regulatory pressures, dealing with crazy time zones across the globe. And your stakeholders? They want real-time financial visibility, like yesterday. That old model of just throwing more internal headcount at a terrifyingly slow month-end close cycle? Yeah, that just doesn't work anymore. The strategic benefits here offer a really clear way out. First off, modern R2R outsourcing unlocks massive scalability for your global operations. You're tapping into a massive talent pool without that heavy internal investment. Second, it drives significant operational cost reduction by standardizing all those messy, fragmented workflows. But this third point? This is the holy grail for a CFO. It improves decision-making via real-time financial visibility. By outsourcing the transactional heavy lifting, your internal team finally gets to stop copying and pasting in spreadsheets and actually starts delivering high-level business insights. Moving on to Section 2, AI and Cloud ERP Power, the Technology Engine. This is where advanced platforms are making continuous accounting a reality. And this brilliantly illustrates the technology gap driving this transformation. Over on the left, it's the headache we all know too well, manual spreadsheet processes. We're talking slow cycle times, a super high risk of human error, and incredibly frustrating data silos. But then look at the right, modern cloud ERP platforms. Think systems like SAP, S4, HANA, or Oracle Cloud. These platforms centralize everything, giving you real-time reporting and automated reconciliations. Honestly, it's the difference between driving while staring in your rearview mirror versus having a live real-time GPS of your business. A massive piece of that live GPS is AI-driven anomaly detection. This is basically the use of artificial intelligence to catch errors and identify risks in real time, well before the financial close. Imagine having this intelligent, invisible safety net right over your general ledger. Instead of a tired accountant trying to spot a transposed digit or some phantom $50,000 journal entry at 11 p.m. on a Friday night, the AI just flags the anomaly the absolute second it's inputted. It is a total game changer for reducing operational risk. And once your data is actually clean, you unlock predictive forecasting. This means utilizing advanced data analytics to turn historical financial data into forward-looking cash flow predictions and smart insights. This right here is what elevates the finance function. Imagine walking into a board meeting, not just holding last quarter's stagnant numbers, but armed with a dynamic model predicting exactly how a sudden supply chain delay is going to impact cash flow next month. That is how you become a true strategic partner to the business. All right, Section 3, top providers in 2026, navigating the market. Let's look at the expert guides who can actually help you execute this transformation. The market is super sophisticated right now, but 3 providers really stand out based on their core merits. First up is WNS, who are particularly strong in AI automation and delivering tailored industry-specific solutions. Number 2 is Accenture, very well known for delivering massive, large-scale cloud-enabled platforms. And third, we have Genpact, bringing some serious expertise in digital finance optimization. These leaders are merging deep financial know-how with the exact tech platforms we were just talking about. Which brings us to Section 4, transition phases and pitfalls, mapping the journey. Because look, despite the amazing benefits, R2R transformation is complex, and you absolutely need a roadmap. This timeline breaks the implementation down really logically. Phase 1, covering the first 3 months, is all about process standardization across regions. You have got to unify your chart of accounts before you do anything else. Then, Phase 2 hits in months 4 through 6. This is where the digital automation of manual tasks comes in, deploying things like RPA and AI to finally kill off those manual journal entries. And lastly, Phase 3, taking us from months 7 to 12, focuses on shared services integration, centralizing these newly optimized operations for maximum efficiency. But, the journey definitely has its landmines. You might find yourself relying on outdated legacy systems that simply refuse to play nice and integrate. Or maybe you're operating with fractured data silos that completely ruin data quality. You're also almost certainly going to face some internal resistance from teams clinging to the old way of doing things or struggle with a lack of internal automation maturity. So, the crucial point is, you absolutely must have unwavering executive support to push through these initial implementation hurdles. Finally, Section 5, Provider Evaluation Checklist, Next Steps. Let's get highly actionable for those of you ready to make a move. If you're ready to jump in, here is how you evaluate these providers. First, verify true ERP compatibility. Seamless integration with your SAP or Oracle environment is non-negotiable. Second, assess their scalability for your specific global footprint. Third, ensure robust compliance and SOC support. Fourth, demand to see mature AI and automation capabilities. Seriously, don't just accept buzzwords. Ask for proven use cases. And finally, review their analytics functionality and dashboards. Remember, the right provider has to act as a strategic transformation partner, not just a traditional vendor. It really all comes back to this core thesis from the source material. Finance organizations are evolving into data-driven, strategic business partners. This is the unavoidable future of autonomous finance operations. We are moving away from just keeping the historical record and moving firmly toward predictive analytics. Which leaves us with a final, incredibly important question to ponder. Is your finance function a back office bottleneck or a data-driven strategic partner? If it's feeling a little more like a bottleneck these days, 2026 might just be the perfect year to leverage R2R outsourcing and completely transform your operations. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this deep dive gave you the clarity and the exact blueprint you need for your next strategic move.